Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this World of Tanks video, and thanks for playing World of Tanks. So the gameplay here in this video is nothing amazing. It's going to be pretty basic gameplay. The main thing we're looking at with this one is figuring out when to know when it's okay to push, or how to know when it's okay to push. And the main thing we're going to be looking at here, by and large, for the course of this match is the minimap. You see, we have a whole bunch of heavies and some other vehicles going kind of straight south to that southeast corner. We have a heavy, a medium, and me, and the Škoda T50 going into the kind of the more open field in the northwest corner. And then we have a few TDs supporting us in the back. One TD's going south. Alright, so I'm kind of, I've got a kind of a spotting medium here with kind of a spotting medium crew. Seeing if anything becomes visible to me in the middle of the map or otherwise out in this open field. I'm trying to keep myself in a position where I'm safe from getting too much fire if I get spotted up myself. Keeping in mind the terrain, keeping in mind where I would expect the enemy vehicles to be that might have shots on me. Curl around behind this rock structure here as I push forward into the west, and we see right away here down south around the K6-7 area and onward in that southeast space a lot of enemy tanks down there. So I'm thinking pretty quickly here that if we encounter any vehicles up in the north, it's not going to be very many. And the more time goes by, the more we see the enemy vehicles have gone into that south by and large. So that tells us up here in the north that we can either sit in this open northwest corner kind of all by ourselves and just kind of hang out, or we can drive quickly, we can push hard toward their spawn and then on into that southeast corner of the map if we want to help out our allies. And so this is kind of, you know, pushing 101. How to know when to push 101. When you see on the minimap that almost all of the enemy vehicles have gone into the portion of the map that you're not in, it's time to push. It's time to push hard. It's time to push fast. I switched into my circle minimap, trying to figure out how to best fight that heavy, kind of getting a sense of where he was at in relation to my vehicle. Pushed on in and got some shots and finished off that guy sitting behind in their spawn. And at this point, I'm not doing the greatest job from here on out. Would have been better for me to have kind of sighted up this pattern earlier and taken my shots maybe before he was in a position to spot me shooting him, or maybe when I had a safer position of shooting him that allowed me to prevent him from being able to shoot me. On this tier 9 medium, by the way, I do have the highest package on it at this point. It does only have a 320 damage rating on the primary and the secondary ammunition, the APCR and the heat. 320, that's not real high for a tier 9 medium. Go ahead and reload at this point because I have that one round and no obvious enemy target to fire upon. So rather than sitting and waiting, I'm just going to go ahead and be proactive, get the reload started, and I'm already more than halfway done and I still don't have anything to shoot at. It's a good idea that I reloaded right there. Alright, so that medium I was looking at did get taken out by one of those destroyers on the ground. So I'm trying to figure out how to get into position to have a shot on another enemy vehicle without just kind of running out there into the open and giving those heavies obvious easy shots at me. I don't exactly have good armor with this vehicle. It's a pretty lightly armored tier 9 medium. Using some tree cover, using some rock cover, trying to get around the corner here so I can get some shots. And there's a few vehicles there, their outlines just kind of overlapping. It wasn't easy for me to figure out what I was shooting at there, just some red outlines, again, just kind of overlapping, and at this point, there's nothing really obvious to shoot at anymore. That guy almost comes out for me to shoot, and one of my allies takes him out. We did good work there. In that situation, those of us who went into the northwest, we were able to notice pretty quickly that the vast majority of the enemy team had gone into the southeast, and so we weren't doing any good up where we were at. We had to move quickly, move fast, put ourselves in a position to help our team. And then those who went into the southeast corner, particularly our heavy tanks, maybe heavy mediums, other well-armored vehicles that went down there, they served themselves and they served their team by again, noticing what was going on, noticing that they were up against the vast majority of the enemy team, and being careful, being cautious with their hit points, using their armor, and focusing more on shooting enemy vehicles that push forward than on pushing forward themselves, I would have to imagine. Although we don't get the benefit of seeing what their activity was like. The main focus of this video is just kind of an example of a really obvious time when you know it makes sense for you to push hard and fast when there's no enemies in front of you. Thanks for taking a look at this World of Tanks video. Thanks for playing World of Tanks.